In this episode, we get to meet some of those scientists that created those wonderful bugs that are helping Aku back in episode 3. Now, Jack accidentally runs into them when he's running through a forest trying to escape from some praying mantis looking cyber bugs. They look kind of severe. I like the design. Well done. I like how we're sticking with the bug theme. Well done, guys. Anyway, so Jack's running through the forest trying to escape them, and then he stumbles upon this secret facility that has rockets where the scientists are trying to escape the control of Aku. Well, unfortunately for them, when Jack shows up, those praying mantises also showing up as well. And as soon as they spot the facility, they forget about Jack, judge the settlement as an illegal habitat, and that the punishment is to be executed immediately. They start opening fire, start destroying the facility. Thankfully for those scientists, though, Jack is able to slice up those bugs like no business. Unfortunately, not before it's believed that one of them was able to get a signal out to the other praying mantises. Now, it's at this point that one of the younger scientists points out that, hey, maybe since Jack was able to defeat all those bugs with just his sword, maybe he can help us out and escape the planet and get through Aku's blockade. Because what are the chances for someone with just a magical sword to defeat a whole bunch of Aku's drones? And the scientists, they calculate it out and they agree like it's possible. And Jack, feeling guilty that he just revealed their entire facility and endangered them, agrees. But his only issue is that he can't really hold them in the air. And that's where the scientists create his brand new suit. I call it the Buzz Lightning suit. I mean, take a look at it. It pretty much is Buzz Lightyear. So I personally enjoy it. I like it. If anyone from my age group remembers the Buzz Lightyear cartoon back in the early mid 2000s, I think it was called Space Command or something like that. Great show if you haven't seen it. Maybe I'll do some reviews on that someday. But anyways, so they get that suit built. They're getting ready. That evening, Jack reveals his story that his mission is to defeat Aku, but he needs to somehow to get back to the past, which the scientists make the point that, hey, since we gotta jump to light speed, if you are in an escape pod at the front of the ship and you eject from the ship just as we're entering light speed, that can send you back to the past. Seeing this as a possible option, Jack takes him up on their plan and they're going to try to send him back to the past that way. Now, my only criticism for this part is I kind of wish they would have gotten into it just a little bit more. Give us a little bit more detail, because all they really say is you get into the escape pod, we launch into hyperspace, and then you're going to just somehow get home. I would prefer if they would have there's this time dilation device we can make for you. We'll plug it in, and your time frame has a frequency with your body because the vibrations or just some other BS also, just so it flows a little bit better, but not really a big concern. It just as an adult, just a little bit more concerned. But it works for their 7-year-old audience that this show is made for. Anyways, they get to the next morning. They take off just as those praying mantises that they're concerned about show up with a whole bunch more of their friends. Now they're flying through space. Everything's going just fine. And then they start reaching the blockade. At this point, Jack leaves the ship and starts flying around, waiting for the attack to begin, which it happens pretty quickly. The first drones that are able to attack are these tick bots that just attach themselves to the ship and start drilling in. Jack is slicing them apart, but the head keeps drilling in, so he has to pretty much superheat his sword by using his jetpack and stabbing it into those bugs and just destroying them that way. And it works pretty well for the most part. Unfortunately, at the same time, there's also these mosquito drones that show up that start siphoning off the fuel. Thankfully, before these things, though, Jack just slices off the heads, just making a whole bunch of decapitations. Now, with that said, the last layer of defense started to show up, and these are the Hornet drones. Now, these ones are a little bit more difficult than the other two because their weapons are guided missiles, so they're going to follow Jack around as he tries to dodge and get away. But as we know, our boy Jack, he's able to maneuver, fly away, and cause all kinds of mayhem, even with that going on. Eventually, he's able to use their own missiles against the bugs and destroy them that way. And once again, we see a demonstration of these bugs having at least some form of self-preservation, because as soon as he starts going after another group, they immediately take off. Seeing that they're all gone, Jack starts to return to the spaceship because they are about to jump to light speed. As Jack is strapping himself in, it's revealed that the Hornets that they thought were fleeing or actually just getting a safe distance away to start creating a Hornet cannon. Now, the scientists think that they're going to be fine, that the probability of them getting hit is very low, next to zero, but that's a chance that Jack isn't willing to take, so he flies out to go slay the bugs. Unfortunately, though, they're on a one-way course at this point. Their trajectory is locked in, they're not going to be able to stop or slow down, they gotta keep going, so if Jack does this, he's going to lose his chance to go back home. But still, knowing the risk, Jack takes it on and gets to the bugs. Unfortunately, not before they're able to fire the laser, but he is in the way of it, so he's able to deflect it back at the Hornets, destroying them, saving the ship, and allowing the scientists to escape to their new home planet. Unfortunately, that same explosion also sending Jack reeling back to the planet with only a spacesuit for protection. Now, he's able to survive it somehow. I mean, I guess you never want to bet against a samurai, but damn. that was some crazy landing, man. But the only thing that seems to be damaged is his suit that's been torn to shreds, and he walks away scot-free. And so, our samurai's journey continues. I personally enjoyed that episode. I thought they did a good job with the art style. Again, like, you'll pretty much hear this through all my reviews, is how much I love the art style. It's so great. It's kind of what I would consider, like, the Western version of anime. I personally just enjoy it a lot. But maybe that's just my nostalgia coming in, because I enjoyed it as a kid. But let me also mention, I would have preferred if they would have gone into a few more details with just a few more items. Like, what kind of robots do the scientists make? How did they escape from a coup? What was going on? Why did they leave? I would like some of those answers, some of those questions answered. And I also would have liked just a little more explanation for how the time machine was supposed to work for Jack. Because you can throw him reeling through time, but if he doesn't have a way to stop himself, he might as well just go all the way back to the Big Bang. So, just a little more development there. Again, not a big deal, kind of nitpicks, but I would have just preferred a little bit more, personally. But yeah, that's pretty much my review for this episode. I give it a solid 8. Does everything right, but there are areas, as I said, that I would have preferred a little more development on. But still, I enjoyed the episode, and if you guys haven't watched it, I highly recommend go seeing it. So, thank you for tuning in, guys. If you can leave a like, comment, and let me know how I can improve these videos to make them more fun and engaging, I greatly appreciate it. Alright, okay, take care now, guys. Catch you later. Bye.